Welcome aboard your Nicols boat. To start with, you need to identify the locations of the safety equipment. Life jackets. It is strongly recommended that you wear them when passing through locks and when mooring. For children, check their size carefully, and do not hesitate to ask the base technicians for more suitable equipment. For your safety, use the handrails provided when moving across the fore and aft gangways, as well as on the ladders and stairs. If you're piloting from the upper deck, mind your head when passing under bridges. Then identify the location of the buoy, the emergency beacon or lifebuoy light, fire extinguishers, the anchor, which is only to be used in case of emergency. The base technician will also show you the swimming ladder. This is useful if you want to swim, as it facilitates getting back on the boat. The base technician will show you where your boat's gangway is stored and how to position it correctly. This means you'll be able to get on and off the boat safely when mooring during your journey. Next, you need to find out about the gas installation, which is most often located in a cupboard in the kitchen. Learn the difference between the shut-off valves for the cooking appliances, the heating, and the refrigerator. The gas cylinders are placed outside in lockers. If the gas leaks or smells, close the valves and notify base staff. Finally, you need to consult the logbook. Here you'll find the location plan for the safety equipment and the main instructions that are to be followed in the event of an incident on board. Before your departure, a base technician will teach you the sailing rules, which are simple but essential in ensuring that your journey runs smoothly, including the particulars for sailing in the region and the instructions that you need to follow in order to sail safely. The base technician will show you how to use the onboard ropes for mooring. With a little training, all the secrets of the sailor's knot will be revealed. The onboard hammer and mooring stakes will be useful when mooring in the countryside. Remember to store them after use so that you can find them easily when you need them. Other tools, such as the boat hook, will be useful for catching a rope or for holding your boat while you drop the moorings. Next, you'll get some practical training. Start the engine. Once it is running, check that the coolant water is flowing out of the exhaust pipe. You can then operate the inverter control smoothly. It's time to drop the moorings. Store them carefully to prevent them from falling, and so you can pull them out quickly in an emergency. You are finally ready to take the controls and sail. During the journey, when you come across another boat, you must stay to your right. Nevertheless, beware of obstacles and hazardous banks, rocks, branches, and other routes. Be ready to sail away from them. Do the same when you come across fishermen. The rest of the time, you can sail in the center. On the other hand, you must always give priority to commercial vessels, as well as sailing vessels, depending on the body of water. For your safety and that of other users, it is important to recognize and respect signs and markings. The maximum allowed speed is 6 to 8 km per hour for canals, 10 km per hour for rivers, and 3 km per hour for ports and river stops at lock entrances and exits. Sound signals should be used to announce your maneuvering intentions to other boats. Check these signals and learn how to use them appropriately during difficult maneuvers or when visibility is limited. When passing under bridges, mind your heads. If you're piloting your boat from the upper deck, be careful, as some of the seats tilt, so take care not to fall. Finally, remember that sailing follows the cycle of the sun, so it is allowed from sunrise to sunset. We wish you a pleasant journey sailing aboard our Nicols boats. If you wish to visit the area, you can park your boat along the bank or towpath, unless a sign indicates that this is banned. However, parking in the middle of the channel under a bridge or near a lock is prohibited. When you want to approach a bank, do so from the front. Reduce your speed and maneuver very gently, as the boat takes some time to react and it can only be stopped by putting it into reverse. When mooring, it is strongly recommended that one member of the crew position themselves at the front of the boat so that they can give instructions to the pilot and facilitate the operation. If you are parked in the middle of nature, use 2 stakes and push them in firmly for obvious safety reasons. To avoid any risk of accident, you are strongly discouraged from mooring to trees, posts, and other railings. Movement along the towpath must not be hindered under any circumstances. When you are leaving the bank, first drop the rear mooring. Then move the rear of the boat away from the bank, placing the propeller in deep water before dropping the front mooring. In all cases, sail slowly, be ready for maneuvers, and take the direction of the wind and currents into account in order to ensure that you can sail safely. Passing through locks is a simple and pleasant maneuver if you follow this advice. There are several types of locks. Manual locks. The doors are opened and closed by you or by a lock keeper. If there is a lock keeper, your crew is still responsible for your moorings. Mechanical locks. There are 2 types. 100% automated locks without a lock keeper. The opening of the doors is triggered either when your boat passes in front of a detector located on the shore, or by a pole placed in the middle of the channel, which you need to turn by 1/4 to open the lock doors. Or by a remote control, which you will have been given in advance. Observe the light signals before entering the lock. Once in the lock, you will be invited to control the lock cycle from the console provided. Mechanical locks with a lock keeper. When approaching the lock, signal your presence using the horn. This way, the lock keeper will be able to prepare to open the doors. Regardless of the type of lock you encounter, as you approach the lock, if a boat is already in the lock when you arrive, stay at least 50 meters back and wait until the boat has left before starting your maneuver. Slowly enter the lock and moor the boat simply, without making knots, as this avoids the risk of the rope breaking or the stake being torn out. During the operation, hold the mooring firmly, but never wrap it around your wrist. Keep the tension on the rope so that the boat does not swerve if there is a backwash. Never use your feet or arms to keep the boat away from the walls, as you could be seriously injured. Let the fenders do their job as shock absorbers. Caution: avoid using the ladder of the lock wherever possible. The bars may be slippery, so take care. In the lock, leave your engine running in neutral so that you can maneuver the boat quickly if necessary. Once the process is complete, wait for the doors to fully open. Check that the rudder has been repositioned on the position indicator so that you exit in line with it. Then proceed carefully to the exit. In renting a boat, you have chosen to spend your holiday in the heart of nature. Do the right thing to reduce water pollution and preserve biodiversity. Pilot the boat gently and carefully so as not to damage the banks and to avoid disturbing the flora and fauna. Keep your distance, you'll be able to see them for longer. When mooring in the middle of nature, be careful not to damage or disturb the nature around you. If you want to fish, remember to bring your equipment and carry a fishing permit. It's important to comply with the rules in force in the area you're sailing in. Do not leave any trace of your journey. Collect your rubbish, dispose of it in the spaces provided for this purpose, and consider sorting your waste. Pay attention to any light objects that wind may blow into the water. Do not throw any waste overboard, even a cigarette butt. Some regions are equipped with wastewater collection stations for your boat. Otherwise, it's recommended that you use biodegradable cleaning and hygiene products so as to limit the impact on aquatic life. Let's work together to protect nature. Every little gesture can have a major impact.